Morning, friends. Welcome back to Dolynny TV. Glad to have you aboard today as we get set up to discuss kind of the latest news yesterday. One could say as we settle in for what should be a slower weekend in oil country as we lead up to what should also hopefully be the Leon Draisaitl signing week upcoming. Now that's getting ahead of ourselves, but it'd kind of be nice to see that get done. But before we get too far, friends, if you are new to the channel, I encourage you A, to check out the channel, and then B, make a decision on hitting that subscribe button here. I want you to stick around. Obviously, we've had a good summer, and I want you to stick around for what should be a good season. For some of you, you might not be thinking it's going to be a good season because of the defense. Well, I've got two little updates here for you on the Edmonton Oilers defense. One, of course, coming from Bob Stauffer yesterday, kind of tweeting out about Ty Emberson right here for you, saying he has a sneaking suspicion that Ty Emberson may turn out to be a bit of a surprise for the Edmonton Oilers. Had a successful season with Chris Knobloch in 2022-2023, where he won Eastern Conference Shutdown Defenseman of the Year, played some tough minutes in San Jose, and is probably a lock for not just Bob Stauffer, but a lot of people to start in Edmonton this season and also be part of the penalty kills. So you're assuming that even if Emerson isn't truly a top four defenseman this year for the Oilers, he will, for the start of the year at least, replace Cody Ceci in the sense of what Ceci was in the lineup up-down between the second and third pair towards the end of his career in Edmonton. So that's at least what I'm thinking, right? Is Emerson has that capability of playing with better defensemen. He played with Mario Ferraro. Shang Peng was on with Brennan Escott yesterday on Oilers Now, talking not only about the Askarov trade to the Sharks, but also Emerson to the Oilers. And it just seems like everybody who has something to say about Emerson now being a member of the Edmonton Oilers has nothing but glowing things to say, and that's kind of good to see, right? Not often every other team or every other team's media or national media is more or less praising the Oilers for picking up a young guy that has little experience, but hey, that guy looks like he's going to be good for you. That's not usually the case for the Oilers, but it appears to be the case here with one Ty Emberson. So that's kind of that front of the update, right? We know that piece of the puzzle when it comes to the defense, and I think most of us assumed we wouldn't have traded for a 24-year-old guy if he wasn't going to be in the lineup every day. But here's the other side of the puzzle. The defensive update on terms of the UFA market. The Oilers are pursuing the market for right-hand shot D, including Justin Schultz, Tyson Barrie, Kevin Shattenkirk, among others. So I think you kind of can tier that in terms of how the Oilers would look at that. I think Kevin Shattenkirk might be almost a little bit unreachable for the Oilers. I think obviously even if he does end up landing on a PTO, he's going to demand a bit more of a contract than those two other guys. Then you've got, of course, Justin Schultz, who might not be league minimum but close to it, and then Tyson Barrie, who you more than likely can get for league minimum if you do sign him after a PTO. And again, when it comes to any of these guys, number one thing about signing them to a PTO is it's twofold. It is really twofold. Number one, you get the veteran experience, right? You get that situation where you have an older guy at camp fighting for a job just like all the young guys. And all that does is teach the young guys kind of how and what to do with your business at training camp. And then number two, it just keeps the body in the lineup even an extra few days around camp, whereas I think it was on 6:30 chat at some point this week on Oilers Now, you just don't risk injury to your top three guys in Nurse, Ekholm, and Bouchard until you absolutely have to get them games in training camp. So that's kind of where any of those three guys, right, no matter what the case might be with the Oilers pursuing them, no matter what, it's not a bad thing if the Oilers ultimately just bring them into camp on a PTO. But for now, friends, thank you so much for being aboard here on the channel today. Like I said, make sure to check the channel out, hit that subscribe button, and I will, of course, catch you if there is any more news today later on From Dolynny TV, I am up on out of here.